Good afternoon. This is Barbara Worsley, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you with my weekly updates and things that are going on. So I hope this finds everybody well and enjoying here in the northeast of the United States. We've actually experiencing somewhat of a summer. It's still not quite summer yet. Everybody's suffering with allergies, and if I sound a bit congested, I think it's allergies as well. So I wanted to, so I've done my usual routine today. I've picked a theme for this week, and I've used the Oracle deck by Kyle Gray, and the Sage came out, which I actually match with my clothes, which always speaks volumes. And actually all the other cards that I pulled have that earth sage feel to it. So Kyle Gray's Oracle deck, Angels and Ancestors. I love this deck. I go to it a lot. And if you've been following me, you know that I have several decks of Kyle Gray's. And the artwork is by Lily Moses. So here's the Sage. Be devoted and committed. So here we are in going into the third week of May. This is almost a 5-week month. So if it's felt like a long month, that's why. And then again, the dragons have spoken, and this is now the 4th week that they wanted me to focus on this other beautiful deck, which is the Dragon Riders Oracle. I've been using it every week. And this is by Christine Ariana Fader, and illustration is Elena Dudina. So I appreciate the work that goes into these cards. But just look at these colours. This, as I said, I started off with the Sage. Here's the Sage. And look, I've got this beautiful colour. That's Archimedes and Luciana Confucius, which is the purple, which matches the purple in my hair. I love this one, Venus. I love these colours, the sea and Venus, and another purple. So these are all, and another one, Hecate. So we've got these beautiful dragon colours and earth colours and the Sage to bring us wisdom and be devoted and committed. So again, I love the card. I can't, as I say, you can't make this stuff up. And here we are, beautiful cards. So I wanted to also remind everybody that next week on the 23rd, my podcast with Kelly Springer, we will be dropping our first podcast. So look out for that on YouTube. I will be posting other stuff as well. We're about to actually tape that early next week. I also wanted to say thank you to so many of you that have joined my YouTube in the past couple of weeks. I'm seeing the numbers go up there. So again, thank you. I always forget to say, don't forget to like and follow me. Also, people have been going to my website, which is great. And if you've signed up for a newsletter, that will come out this week. I try to do it middle of the month, being a bit distracted with other stuff going on at home. And one last thing I just wanted to remind everybody is that I do have a spring offer, which is Dragon Empowerment Reiki, an hour for $100, or a mini session, which is $55. Both of those with a dragon, a 3-card dragon pull for you, either before, after, or a follow-up. So if you're interested in what Dragon Empowerment Reiki is, it's a good time to get in touch with me. You can find me, as always, on www.eastcoastdragonlady.com. You can also email me at eastcoastdragonlady@gmail.com. So either way will get to me. When you go onto my website, you can hit Facebook, and that will take you straight to my Facebook page, for my private Facebook page, where I post these. I did a brief, I did a 3 or 4 minute reel the other day about Dragon Thunder, As I say every week, I am going to be the host of the USA portion of Galactic Dragon Thunder. Kelly Springer is also going to be my co-host. So as we've said, I'm on the East Coast, she's on the West Coast, so we're covering the United States. It's 8 hours here in the United States, but overall it's 24 hours. Galactic Dragon Thunder is the second year of bringing together dragons and their riders, or dragons and their humans. As you know, I'm a connector. So I connect dragons with their people or people with their dragons. The dragons have definitely been giving me lots of information these past few weeks. They've given me a task, which I mentioned briefly the other day. The task is to, they've been asking me for a long time to be their scribe. And that's the task they're giving me, is to write about them. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go, but I think it's something that's going to be over a period of time. It's not going to be immediate. But if things come up that I feel that I need to share, then I'll definitely do that. But I think this is, I'm hearing they're saying it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So it's going to be, me and the dragons connecting on a daily basis, which I do anyway, but with a more focus on getting their words down. If you see my messages on Facebook a while back, they actually encouraged me to continue using Oracle decks, but they wanted me to use the energy of that card or the energy of that dragon or whatever that message was that spoke to me, and to do a channeled message. So all of those messages you see with the card are messages that the dragons, usually the dragons, have channeled through me. It will, and again, so they're telling me, they're chatting this morning, they're telling me that this is something that I will be doing a lot more of. I haven't done a live channeling yet because I'm more comfortable writing or getting their message and then posting it. But they're telling me that will come as well, where I will be able to just channel the dragons, the Dragon Collective. Mostly I get messages from collectives. Sometimes the dragons will tell me their names, sometimes not. Oftentimes, and you've heard me say this before, but the dragons always say it's a very human thing that we want a name for our dragon. They're not always that bothered. And sometimes they don't want to give a name, and they have very specific reasons for that because of past history. But we won't go into that. Some of you may know that some of the dragons just are not, they do not want to, it feels that you then own them if you name them. And that's, I'm sure that's not what any of us that are on this journey are about. As you've heard me say before, all of my messages are very heart-centered, heartfelt. I only started connecting with dragons once I was able to connect to my heart, open my heart, and allow that love and that unconditional love allowed the dragons then to speak to me. So if it's something and I've actually, a few people last week asked questions about how do I talk to my dragon. So the dragons always tell me we need to be quiet. We need to sit quietly, especially when you're first engaging with a dragon, because you need to be aware of how they're going to connect with you. They love to talk to us, but some of us don't always hear that. So you need to sit still. They always say, be still. If you can, be quiet. You can ask the question. I mean, people ask me a question for their dragon. You can easily do that. And they're always like, we're right at your shoulder. You just have to ask us the question. It's how you receive it. So some people will see, a dragon's eye, a flash of a dragon. Other people will hear words. Some people get clear messages. Sometimes you'll just get a sensation that the dragon's there, or you may see them. Remember, oftentimes they're very big, so you're not going to probably see all of the dragon. You might see the scales, you might actually see their face. They love, actually, one of my first encounters with my dragons, they actually allowed me to hold their faces, and so I could look into their eyes or into their soul, which was, and I've got goosebumps saying that. I mean, it just blew me away. Just that intense love that connected straight to my heart when I looked into their eyes. And I hope you get that experience as well. It is patience. I don't set any expectations. I never have with the dragons. I just wait. And they're very chatty. And if you're not careful, I shared this a while back, that they forget we're human and that we don't have infinite timelines. And sometimes when they're so excited to be talking to us, they download a lot of information, which can be too much for us humans. So I had to actually ask them to back off. And then they realized that, and they were like, oh, we forget you're human. We forget that you can't take all that information at once. And they will slow down. You can ask them to slow down. If you don't understand what they're saying, you can ask them to slow down. You can ask them to give other ways of giving you messages. And it is patience. But most people do make a connection. And that's what the exciting thing is, that people are connecting much more than even last year. There were two really large collectives, two or three collectives that came in to Earth this year. A couple of them contacted me, and I've been in conversation with them, and I'm sure they will come up in my writings. But again, I will post anything that I feel we need to know now. But again, it's always exciting with the dragons. They always find something for me to do. But they've been telling me for a good year. Actually, they've always described me as their scribe. So I better get on with it. They're actually saying to me, you better start. So that I'm going to start that actually in June. And we'll see what happens. So I hope everybody has a good week. Again, if you're interested, I did post about Galactic Dragon Thunder on my Facebook page. You can Google it. It's a small amount of money to register. And then that's July 21st. And that's going to be all day. If you can join it for the whole 24 hours, but the United States, we will be from 1:30 2 p.m. through to about 9 p.m. I believe. It's 8 hours. And we're going to close out. So Kelly and I, and actually Kevin will join us to actually close out Galactic Dragon Thunder. So it's going to be an exciting day for all of us dragon lovers. And please spread the word. Please like and share. If other people want to join my Facebook page, and if you're interested in connecting with me, send me an email. So have a good week, and I'll be back soon.